Okay, on the first point, I usually start by putting pylon there. While I just book the enemy team. And then I move back. And usually I'll leave pylon here. But if the enemy has a Winston or like Genji that keep coming up, I usually move it down here. Usually when my team is playing a bit pushy, and I usually put this pylon when I have an Echo or a Far Mercy, I usually just put it on top there. It has a huge healing range and the enemy team doesn't really see it until they push in. So it's good if the enemy is getting pushed out a lot. Okay, and for when you're playing above here and maybe you want to leave your pylon with your Ana or you just want to play with her, I'll usually put pylon here like this. I come here and I put it like this. If you put it in any other like different position, like even if you put it like this, people from this side can see it and shoot it down. And if you put it too much on the right side, people from that side can see it. But yeah, you put it like that. And if you're getting pushed in from here or you're trying to come back and recontest the point, I usually leave pylon here. Because if I put it like here or somewhere else, they most likely will destroy it. Same for here, I usually put my pylon here. And then I try to retake the point or come back. Once you lose the first point, I like to just leave pylon here for a little bit up until the enemy team pushes in. Otherwise, my favorite spot is this one. I just put it here. And then I usually play around here. It's pretty nice because of this construction here. The enemy team from this side can't even see it. I will discourage putting pylon here just because I had a lot of situation where maybe a Tracer or somebody else comes from that side and then they see my pylon and they just destroy it. Instead, I'd rather just leave it on the stairs like this. I don't like to put it too high up just because if some Winston dies me, they don't see it if they come here, but if they go further in, they do see it. So I like it to keep it hidden sometimes. Play on top, I usually put pylon there and in the corner. You could also put it here, just because it's easier to like body block in case somebody comes up, but I prefer just keeping the corner because they don't immediately see it if they come up. So if anything, I can just move it quickly. If you're Ana or somebody else is playing around here, I usually leave them a pylon like this. Because it's pretty nice and protected. And from this side, they don't see it. If I want to go for a flank around here or try to poke them out a little bit, I usually put my pylon there. But this is also good for when somebody's playing around here and the enemy team is playing there. Another pylon that could be good, this is situational. If you're like brawling around here or just playing a bit on the back, you can put pylon there. Just be careful somebody comes from that side and just destroying it. For when you come back from spawn, you can just throw pylon down there like that. And the enemy team won't see this one up until they push in, because even from this side, it's very covered. They only see it if they're playing on the left side here. But usually they're always sitting on top. And if the enemy team is playing on top there and it's hurting your team here, you can just leave pylon like this, so it heals them. This is also a good pylon spot. It's situational because somebody comes from the top, they do see it. Only if they're really close though, because if they come from here, they cannot shoot it. And if in some situation or game you're playing overtime and you're sitting here with your team and the enemy team is on the other side, I usually put my pylon up there and I just leave it there. It's pretty good and protected and it has a huge healing range. And the enemy team doesn't see it up until they push in. If in any situation you end up being here, even though you should never be around here, you can put pylon there. Once you lose the second point, I like to put my pylon up there, like this. If the enemy team is just coming out and stuff like that and you're able to play it here. It has a pretty huge healing range too, so it's pretty nice. If you're playing down here or your team is playing here and the enemy team is down there, I usually like to put pylon here like this. Instead of like putting it up here. Because if I put it up there, if somebody comes from this side, it's gone very fast. But instead, if I have it like this, they need to push in further to be able to see it. Because if they come from here, they don't see it up until they really walk, and then you can just notice them and remove it. Play on top here, I like to put pylon here like this. I come here and put it like that. It's very nice and protected and has a big healing range too. And if somebody from that side comes there, they can't see it. So it's nice. It also heals low ground, so it's pretty nice too, even if you play down here. You could put Pylon up there too, only if the enemy team is still down there. But maybe you have a Widowmaker here, or a soldier, somebody else that is playing in the back. So that's pretty nice for them. And the enemy team will only be able to see it if they come here, around here. Then it's very exposed. But when I play around here, I like to put Pylon there. I usually don't like to put it like this, even though there's more protect from this side, just because if somebody comes from that side, they will see it and destroy it. Very strong Pylon spot will be inside here. You just come here and just put it inside. It has pretty good healing range too. So that one works very well and it's very protected. Okay, if you're defending around here, you can put Pylon up there. I don't feel like it's the safest, but it does its job. I don't like to put it in between doors, even though it's pretty good, just because if a tracer comes by, that one is gone. And for when you're trying to recontest and overtime, you can put Pylon here like this. It actually heals through the box here, so it still has some kind of healing range. And if you're coming out of spawn again and the enemy team is close to you, you can put Pylon here if you're planning to go on this side, because it's still healing you. So it's nice, instead of like putting around here or stuff like that, which is usually what I do out of panic. For first point attack, I usually leave my Pylon here at the start. And once I push in more, I kinda like it to put it between the doors as long as nobody's playing there. If they have a Sombra, I will most likely never put it there. I also like to put it here. It's not too bad. If I play on top, I usually leave my Pylon here too, because if I put it too close or anywhere near me, if somebody jumps me, it's most likely gone. So I rather just back up a little bit to get healing. And if I'm able to push in further and the enemy team is nowhere to be seen, or they play on top, I usually leave my Pylon on down here, as long as nobody plays on the bottom. And if you're pushing them out from here, you can just leave Pylon here. And if you're playing down here, or maybe in the room too, I like to put Pylon here like this. Just make sure that it doesn't peek too much on the right side. So this will be the best positioning, because otherwise they can see it. But if you place it like I just showed, you cannot see it. And if you're pushed in further, you can put Pylon inside here like this too. And if you decide to play around here and I don't know, maybe poke them from the top, you can put Pylon there. And if you play around here, you can leave Pylon here. This is very safe and nice. Viewer from the top will not be able to see it through. As long as you don't make it pick too much on the left. And if you want to play on the top, just put Pylon here. Don't put it here, because otherwise if they dive you, it's gone. Usually that Pylon spot is very bad. I find it to be only good if we're like hard contesting and the enemy team is trying to hard contest through. But I will probably just leave it somewhere else in spots I showed you before. And once you kept the first point, I like to put it on top here. You could also abuse this spot here. It's pretty nice, as long as nobody is coming from this way, because otherwise to see it. I usually put it at the start, if anything. And if you come from this side, I usually chuck it down there. And if you play on top here, as I showed on defense, you can put on attack here too. This spot is really nice. If I play on top here, I usually like to leave Pylon there, just because if I just leave it here instead, it's not necessarily bad, but I'm used to like Winston's just diving me and things like that. So this one is gone if they do that. I prefer to have it safe. And if you put it down here, this one is not too bad. Maybe put it like this. This will be better, so it doesn't pick too much on this side. It's pretty nice and protected. It only gets destroyed if like a tracer comes by from here and sits down. And on this side too, you can abuse this spot too. And they can only destroy if they come from the other side. And for attack, the door Pylon is actually not too bad. Just be careful of other people coming by. If I play on top, I usually leave Pylon down there, like that. I usually leave Pylon there if like my tank is playing here and the enemy team is coming up from spawn. This is very nice. Only for that reason. Otherwise, it gets destroyed, so be careful if somebody comes from that way. The bush will kind of cover it, so they might not see it instantly, but be careful. Also another spot for when you're on top here, I like to put pylon sideways like this. A bit lower. But yeah, because if you put it on top like this, people from that side will be able to like jump shot it. But if you put it down there like that, people won't see it even if they jump. I usually don't like to put pylon inside the room here, but if you really want to, I guess a good spot would be that one in the corner. I usually put pylon there only for like my Genji. I usually do it for my Genji because if it's in my team, he usually goes on top here and kind of just juggles in between here. So it's nice to give him like a healing pylon. That's safe too. Just be careful, don't put it here if the enemy team is playing here. But yeah, if you have this side open for yourself, you can put pylon here too. And for when you're trying to cap the point, I like to leave pylon here. It doesn't heal here, but I'd rather have it safe for like my backline. Otherwise, you can put it here as long as nobody comes from that way. And once I kept the second point, I like to chuck the pylon up there. It has nice healing range, and it heals even if you're here because of the gap from here. But you could also put it here if you're playing more in the middle. That one you can move it further on the right if somebody is playing there from the enemy team. So I can put it here maybe too. So it doesn't pick too much. And if you're playing on top and maybe the enemy team is playing there or here, I like to leave pylon here because it's covered from that side. So it's nice. You could also put it up there. That one's a bit more exposed if the enemy team is here, but otherwise it's pretty nice. Once you push in further and the enemy team is playing down there, you can put pylon up there. That one is pretty nice. It has a big healing range too. You could also put it like that, but I prefer just put it here because it has more range. Okay, instead of putting it up there, you can put it here too. You just have to angle it right so that it places. I usually look at the ground and put it. And the people from top, enemy team from top, they cannot see this one, so it's nice. And if you're playing in this room for some reason, you can put pylon there. And if you're trying to push from this way, I like to leave pylon here, and it keeps healing from here too, so it's pretty nice. This pylon up here, I usually come up here and put it like this. It's only good if you have contest on the upper side here and the enemy team is just playing down. I usually just leave it for my, if I have an Ana or something, so I can help her out. And instead of putting it up there, you can put pylon down here too. I just like to put it up in case somebody comes from this side, but this works too. If you play in the room here and when you want to flank a little bit, you can put pylon there. Another very nice one for when you're playing down here, it would be to put it down there. I actually didn't know you could put it under the truck, but it's pretty nice. Just be careful of people coming from here because they might see it, but I don't think anybody expects pylon to be there. I don't think they see it fast enough. If anything, you can put it closer. And if you can push in more from this side, I like to put pylon here. It does the same thing and heals you through here too. So it has a nice range. And for when you're overtime, this one is the best spot ever. It's so good because you cannot see it through. It's protected with boxes. You can only see if you jump. But nobody will do that when it's overtime.